in the housing market, even though we're seeing a lot of signs of recovery, especially in home prices. Number one is we still have foreclosures lingering around in some states with a much lengthier foreclosure process. And so those states are still working through that distress of foreclosures, and that is impacting those housing markets. It's not all states, but about half the states have this problem. And the second big distress we see in the housing market is homes that are still underwater, or the homeowners owe more than the property is worth. And when we look at our data, and we actually put a big cushion there, the homeowners have to owe at least 25% more than the property is worth. And by that measurement, we are still showing that 26% of all homeowners with a mortgage nationwide are underwater. And that is a big detriment to the housing market, because those homeowners are basically stuck. They can't participate in selling their home or moving up into a new property, which is typically a big part of the healthy housing market.
Let's take a deeper dive into those two data points you just mentioned. Then, Darren, could a large number of foreclosure flare-ups derail this housing recovery altogether? You were talking about half the states.
Yes. Now, I don't think they'll derail the housing recovery at this point. That doesn't appear to be the trend we're on. But they certainly may surprise folks who think that the housing market is recovering in certain areas where we still have this backlog of foreclosures that's coming through the pipeline. And particularly, we saw big increases in 2012 in some of these states, places like New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Florida is a big one, Illinois. And we saw big increases there in 2012 and even into the first quarter of 2013. What that means is those homes are going to hit the housing market and be listed for sale as foreclosures in the next few months. And that could surprise some people that there is still this backlog of foreclosures in those markets that I think will slow down the housing recovery, but I don't think will derail the housing recovery in those markets.